Today, we're going to talk about a new faith-based perspective on living in your purpose. If you're a person of faith and you want to live the way God created you to live, it is important that you live your purpose. And you may think but what is my purpose and how do I get to it and why is it important? I have a great job, I have a great life. Well, it could be better, and it's about to get better. Let me tell you 3 things that are going to inspire you to live in purpose and that are validated by scriptures. In fact, one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. And stay till the end so that I can invite you to reflect on something that may transform your life. Let me start with the number 1 thing that you must keep in mind in this whole purpose reflection. The first thing I want you to think about is God gave you gifts because He created you to His image and likeness. And He wants you to use those talents you have for the betterment of humanity. And you may think what are my gifts, Betsy? I'm not an athlete, I'm not a musician, I'm not a creative. Well, you have important gifts that you get to explore. I thought I didn't have anything because I didn't do sports and I didn't do music and I wasn't artistic. But it turns out my gift is with words. It's with listening to people. It's with empathizing and helping them feel as though they're important and valuable. That's a great gift, I've come to realize. And in doing so, I've been able to transform my life and the life of many. So what are your gifts? What are your God-given gifts that you get to use to better humanity? If you think about it, we think carpenters, they're not changing the world. Yes, they are. God gave carpenters a natural resource, wood. And carpenters, with their gifts of artistic gifts and their gifts of creativity and vision, they have been able to transform wood into incredible art, into cabinets that are very functional for our daily living. Can you imagine your life with your kitchen cabinets? Carpenters better humanity. They help us with their gifts and talents. What are you doing to elevate humanity yourself? And you see, what happens when you're using your God-given gifts in your purpose is that you create a double blessing. And that's the second thing I wanted to share with you. You're blessing other people by creating or giving yourself. And in doing so, you bless yourself because you live fulfilled. You live with joy when you're in purpose. Your life is exactly what you would want it to be. So when you are blessing others, you're blessing yourself, which is a double whammy. I remember when I was writing my book, I was just doing it to serve others, to help others overcome their grief, and to honor my daughter. It had nothing to do with me. And it was hard. It was painful. And every time I would cry while writing and I would put myself in the grief again of having lost my daughter, I remember thinking, I'm doing it for others, I'm doing it for others. And in hindsight, I now realize that I needed to go through that to heal myself. I thought I had healed completely. And it turns out there were a lot of unprocessed situations and issues in my grief that were finalized and that were healed through my writing of this book. So it created a double blessing because, God is a God of abundance. So one blessing alone wasn't good enough. And the third thing I want you to reflect on is that when we use our God-given gifts to serve others, and we're double blessed in the process, we are shining our light. And what I mean by that is really, you're shining the light of God, which is your responsibility as a person of faith. If you think of the scripture that says that you don't light up a lamp and you put it under a bushel basket and then so that it doesn't light anybody. No, you put it in a lampstand and you make sure you turn it on and you lit up the entire room so that everybody can receive that light. Well, the same is true with us. We get to shine our light to humanity. And in doing so, we let light and love triumph. In doing so, we we shine the face of God. We become God for others. And that is a beautiful responsibility and privilege. What about you? What is your purpose? What are your gifts? When do you feel the most joy to experience that double blessing? And what are you doing about it? If you feel that you're the kind of person who has a gift with words, or who has gone through really difficult situations in life and has wisdom to share based on the lessons that you have learned, or maybe you're really great with empathy and you love people and love to help, well, I want to invite you to consider the possibility of being a life coach and share your wisdom, your love, your empathy, your service with people who are awaiting you and who are looking for someone who has your exact experiences and wisdom. If you're interested in doing that, I invite you to go explore my bwbcoaching.com website, which is where I share about a faith-based life coach certification that I share with the world by implementing my gifts and shining my light. So if you want to join me in this whole light thing so that we can lit up the world with joy and faith and beauty, I cannot wait to have you and be of service to you.